Oh, 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 oh. It's okay. I just slipped. Hi fans of high quality entertainment. I apologize for that. So today's subject is something called classic rock. You'll notice on quite a few of my videos, I will put classic rock in the title. And I'll get into the reasons I do that in a minute. But first of all, there's some, there's this couple of questions about classic rock is what I'm trying to say. William Quigley, yesterday he wrote, I have an issue that you might want to address in some future video. Well, William, the future is now, because I'm going to address it. How do you define classic rock? Is it a chronological thing, say 1965 to 1985, or is it a term used like the Supreme Court once described PORN, such as you know it when you hear it? What kind of rock cannot be considered classic? And if not, why not? What's your opinion on this? And then another person, just like the night in another video, said, is there a certain way you define classic rock? And since we're talking about classic rock, I recently did a, if you're stuck on a desert island, what 50 classic rock CDs would you take with you? And I had 2 or 3 of these kind of comments. The point of these lists is that you can only take 1 or 2 albums with you. I take Rock Scene Elsewhere by Frank Zappa and Live Scenes from a Memory by Dream Theater. And then on my Facebook, when I posted the video, somebody else said, that's way too many albums. It's just a, it's like these strict rules. Well, I break all the rules. You can take 50 albums with you on a desert island. So I looked up, I typed in Google, what is classic rock, and this came up. The classic rock genre encompasses rock music made over 3 decades, from 60s psychedelia and 70s album-oriented rock, AOR, to 1980s college rock, heavy metal, and 1990s grunge. Most classic rock songs are guitar-driven, and the genre has many guitar heroes, from Jimi Hendrix to Jeff Beck to Eddie Van Halen. Classic rock bands are also known for iconic lead singers, from Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones to Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin to Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses. As the rock era unfolds, more artists are grouped into the classic rock radio format. While groups as disparate as Pink Floyd, the Jackson 5, Bonnie Raitt, and REM may have appeared on different radio stations in the past, today their songs can be heard on the same classic rock stations throughout the US. Just for me, when I do put classic rock in my titles, it's just, I think it helps, you want to get your video viewed, right? And so I think that putting something interesting like classic rock, which is, most of what I have is rock based, like 95% of it. Classic rock, how do you define it? I don't know. There is classic rock albums in there, but I don't take genres that seriously. Maybe some people do. It just gets a little silly. Classic rock is just 2 words that are, in the long run, they're kind of meaningless to me. And this is all just music. And so when I do a video, if I'm doing a video, 12, 2 stacks of 12 classic rock albums, I might have a Miles Davis album in there or Randy Newman. They're not classic rock. But a lot of classic rock, people that love classic rock might have them in their collection. So, You can take them to the desert island or into jail. So it does get frustrating. You know, I've had comments, that's not classic rock, or that's not prog, or, you know, people online arguing about what's this and what's that, and that band isn't progressive rock, and it just, in the long run, it's just silly. It's just music. And so on my channel, you know, because it's my channel, I might put classic rock in the title, but you're not restricted to just classic rock. You can take whatever you want with you. It's that simple. So this is some of my CD collection. You know, AC/DC, that's definitely classic rock. Alice Cooper. See, Bebop Deluxe, would they be classic rock? I don't know. The Beatles, of course, would be classic rock. Blue Oyster Cult. Would Black Sabbath be classic rock? I don't know. Or are they hard rock? Or... And Deep Purple, they would be classic rock. David Bowie, he would be every genre. Caravan, they wouldn't be classic rock, they're prog rock. Don't argue with me. Captain Beefheart, he's his own genre. Canned Heat is blues rock, they're not classic rock. Devo, they're new wave, but are they classic rock? The Doors are classic rock. Elvis Costello, he's classic rock. Peter Gabriel, Frank Zappa, is he considered classic rock? Like I said, you know, some artists, they do so many genres of music. That's why labeling, you know, labels in the long run are kind of silly. Grand Funk, Golden Earring, Genesis, The Kinks, Led Zeppelin, I guess they're classic rock, aren't they? Lou Reed. Queen, Procol Harum, Paul McCartney, he's everything, right? Neil Young, Motorhead, Moody Blues, Rod Stewart, the Rolling Stones, they're definitely classic rock. But, like I said, genres are, I don't know, they're just meaningless. This is all just music, folks. Call it whatever you want. And if you want to argue about it, that's fine, but I don't want to argue. The Who, they're classic rock. Don't argue with me. Yeah. Porcupine Tree. Yes. The Residents, they're just plain weird. And I'll be reviewing these in the next week or so. More than this. People keep sending me CDs. Thank you. So that's it. Like I said, it's just music, right? And labels kind of take away from the enjoyment of, you know, you spend time arguing about genres and all that, and at the end of the day, it's meaningless. It's just all music. Thank you for letting me vent. Bye.